So good to be back here in New South Wales for the GWM Sydney Surf Pro, presented by Bonsoy. Destination New South Wales, getting behind the event once again. I just love flying into Sydney, the gateway for visitors to our country and home to three of the most iconic symbols of Australia around the world. The Sydney Opera House, of course, the Harbour Bridge and the harbour. It's just one of the most beautiful harbours in the world, one of the cleanest. And then you round the corner and you get onto the northern beaches, and there's just a number of great setups that you can check out. What we're looking at right now, North Narrabeen, and even in a strong southerly, it's providing some opportunities for these rising talents as we get stuck into the second heat of the morning. And this is a solid one, a great lineup here.
So inspiring. He's just Sheldon through the doggy door, that one is, and yeah, it's really a really cool watch. And as we see,
inspiring. Here we go, Guillermo J.Satt. He'll be comfortable in this extra juice and just shows everything at the final section. Charged into it, but just got absolutely annihilated.
And just getting used to these conditions here. This was Guillermo. Tags that one. And this is that final section.
25 minutes to go here. So the opening round, you know, it's remarkable to see how quickly the competitors figure a tricky lineup out. Even this morning when they were warming up, this wind hadn't yet kicked in. Sheldon just ducks under that one. It actually barreled over the top of him.
Threw everything at it, wasn't able to get through it. And Sheldon's wave. Snap to start things off. Good flow at this opening stage of the ride. Just looking for some greener face.
It's been a build-up after that last big swell in all the northern corners along the beaches. As we see J.Satt again just throwing his board up onto that final section. Let's see what goes wrong at the end of this wave. So tricky to read.
It just doubles up here, and then he just completely loses it. Watch the slow-mo. Yeah, that fully connected. So
I know it was nice to kind of get a couple of that heat. Yeah, it felt nice.
Michael Dunphy mentioned to me out there he'd rather break his leg than fall off on that end section. You must have been hanging on for dear life on that 783.
I guess you kind of just got to harness it and just appreciate everyone for coming down and knowing that you've surfed this way before and it's just like a normal heat, and kind of just, I don't know, I guess trying to just have fun with it and like just be happy that I'm here.
On fire, George. Well done. Thanks, Bron.
And yeah, plenty of little sandbars around at the moment too if you're in the area. But there always is. It's fun to explore. As we see there in the blue, C.Slijpen just trying to get a good score on the board. He's not going to get much out of that one. Competitors can stay as busy as they want out there. As we see, Guillermo J.Satt thinks better of hitting the end section that time. He's had a big major win. He wants another one in 2023 to get himself to that top end of the order. Had some magic moments at Snapper Rocks. We'll see how the back end looks here at North Narrabeen in a moment.
this was one of the colder mornings I feel like we've had lately, so it was double jumpers.
Here's Sheldon now finding a bit of room. Just got to skips on that first turn, but can make up for it here. Just wants to make sure he stays on his feet. Also adapting to the situation. And when we look at the numbers, just finishing a ride off with a couple of decent turns at the moment could see you through.
Yeah.
A really low scoring heat at the moment. And that should be a pretty good number for Sheldon as we see Jean-Marc. And he just climbs that final section, brings it down. Hit a couple of bumps on his road.
This was Jean-Marc. So he had waited a long time for this one. Just gets a bit of a cutback and then a nice snap as the second turn. Little bobble off the bottom.
He needed a 4.7 to get into second, sorry. Probably won't achieve that, but he'll chip away at the requirement here. It may be going into the number one position as we see on the outside. C.Slijpen from Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh, that's good surfing. Smart. Just knowing that nothing really major has been laid down in this heat so far. So, well, Connor picking up a beautiful little wave where he got, three nice turns. The first hit, really critical, jammed it.
This was Connor here. This was the nice clean wave. Didn't have any bumps in the face and he just attacked the lip. beautifully timed here and finished it off. So 3 turns, that first one.
Nice and smooth, the transitions between turns. There was a lot of pumping and jumping around. Just getting right on the rail again. This is Guillermo again, just up and riding on the forehand, just trying to make something of this wave, but never really connecting. I feel like today, Laura, priority might almost be a bit of a curse at times.
But yeah, I think priority could be a curse today, you know, sitting at the back and missing these inside double ups. You see Connor backing that up right away. 6.17 for his last effort. And just wanting to drop that 2.7, which I think he will have done.
It's been pushed back in the 3rd spot. Let's see the replay here, Rich.
Yeah, so this is Connor. Just gets a nice hit.
And how much they have to adapt and how fickle they can be. It's very different to surfing a perfect reef break.
Here goes Connor again. So dropped a 4.23 on his previous wave. He's really starting to come on. Love that. Huge vert on the inside, blasting through that pocket. That was solid. And the 4.23 is probably going to be replaced with a better number here.
Just like George in the heat prior, staying right in this pocket. Watch this. It's that figure 8 motion on the backhand. Just winds up, back down into the power source again. Great surfing, really critical.
Yeah, I was just going to note that I love what he's doing out here, you know, just looking and searching for these waves while he's paddling back out to the lineup. This was caught way down the beach, and that section there, he just made the most of it. Stabbing that board, 12 o'clock, and...
Still has that score to drop. 7 minutes to go. Having a look on the inside, just trying to find something with a bit of cleaner wall. Guillermo G.Satt. Nice finishing turn there. Probably just trying to ride a wave without getting smashed into the sandbar.
Just going to say it right now, could change later, but we're seeing a bit of an advantage to, I would say, natural footers with this wind at the moment. Just being able to just really get their board in that tight pocket and through the bump.
So Sheldon stays on his feet to finish that one. And on the outside, got the Filipino surfer with a nice looking wall here. A couple of good hits already and smooth on the end section.
As we watch the replay here of Jean-Marc, just tags that first section and again comes around nice and smooth and then gets that finishing turn. A little bit more slopey, bit of a foam climb.
Putting together a great combination there. Connor just continuing to attack. So his previous wave did come through much better than the 4-point ride. He added a couple of points to the requirement for Sheldon Paishon. Lead that he's hanging on to at the moment, really wants to be careful.
Oh my goodness.
Well, he had priority over Sheldon. Didn't get much out of that wave, but at this point he's not in John Mark's position to get up into that first position, as Connor has eyes for Ali Wrights now. Can't make the connection through to the inside though. And it's Sheldon finding some space here after a 4.67 to get in a 2nd place. Really strong finishing turn, hangs on for the finish.
How did he get that wave under priority?
I think John Mark looked at it and just went, nah, there's not 4 points on this thing.
15
Oh, you might
seconds
regret
to
that.
go.
Manoeuvres laid down, so this might just get Sheldon over the line.
Yeah, it stood up, didn't it? He gets a quick snap there, but really most of the points are going to come from that final hit. Tweaks the tail out a little, gets some drift and release. So the judges, they'll be watching these replays, looking at it, comparing it against some of the other scores.
Oh,
Watch the reaction. He's going to find out here from the beach announcer that he has turned the heat with a solid hit on that final section. 4.97. Sheldon Paishon is on his way to the next round. J.Tokong. It was a pretty good run here through these Australian Challenger Series events for him, but he'll need to make up some serious ground on the leaderboard as we move to stop number 3. Getting the victory there, the South African C.Slijpen, and a pretty healthy heat score total for him.